Hello everyone, just before we get into this video, just want to make sure that everyone is aware that has all been done on a demo server. So we do not place trades at Blackpool markets while we have access to client information. No live trading is done at Blackpool markets. So this video is purely for educational purposes. As you can see, when we get into the video, you will see it's all been done on a demo server. So I hope you do enjoy this video. We look forward to your feedback. And let's get into it. Good morning everyone, Philip from Blackpool Markets here. Today we have got something interesting. So we haven't done this before, but I thought I want to show you guys how I trade the NFP. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be a very long video. We might have to break the videos up into sections. So it could last up to 3 hours. So it depends on how it goes. So let me just take you through how we all got everything going. So you can see I've got the earphones in today because I like to trade with a bit of music playing. But what I'll do, I will open up a demo account. So we'll fund that demo account with a certain amount, and then we will keep the trading terminal open during the whole trading process. You can see, guys can see how the trading progresses and how the losses progress. But I think this will be a great video to watch. It'll be good to see how I manage my risk, how I what reasons I take the trade. So when I take the trades, I'll explain as to why I took them. I'll be showing you guys how I break down the market from step to step, where I start from, and then why I take a trade and what sort of entry signals will I be looking for. So obviously I can't do this video live because then I'll be giving advice, and unfortunately I cannot do that for you guys. So I will be recording this session. So obviously because it's a video, it's not live. So it's just the whole point of the video is just to show you guys how I trade. Yeah, but I mean, hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you guys do like it, please let me know. We might do more of these videos. So this is sort of more of a tester. Like I said, it's going to be a very long video. Could end up being 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours actually. So it depends. And as you all know, it is NFP tonight. So I will be showing you guys how I handle that, whether we will take a trade or not. But yeah, let's dive into it and let's see how it goes. I hope you guys do enjoy it. Do click that like button before we move any further. Click that subscribe button followed by the bell icon to be notified of whenever we release new videos. But let me start off by saying what I have here. So obviously I got my mic going, so I've got spare batteries in case I do run out. I'll be checking to see if the mic does die, hopefully not. And then obviously the most important thing I have is the trade journal and my trusty pen, my Blackpool Markets pen. I'm not going to show you guys in this because for me this is private. So everyone's trade journal is a little bit different. So pretty much the basics that I have in here is why I take the trade, what currency pair I traded. I'll explain a little bit my psychology behind why I took the trade. So obviously this isn't a demo account, so the psychology might be a little bit different. We'll see how it goes. I haven't traded demo for a very, very long time. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I treat it the same. But remember, there is always a little bit difference because your psychology just kicks in. But the longer you trade on a live account, the more your psychology gets used to it, and the more. Let me just turn this music down a bit because I'm kind of starting to shout here a bit. So your psychology is just toned down a bit, and you know how to control it a bit better. So hopefully it's on par for me as how I would trade on a live account will be the same as how I trade on a demo account. So first of all, let's start up by opening a new demo account. So we'll just go here. Go to File, open an account. We've already done a video on this, so if you guys want to know how to do a demo account or open a demo account, you can see this, or we've got a video before. So we select demo server, press next, just existing account, we'll go next, new demo account. You can see there. So we will enter, just say test for this example. We will just create this demo account. There we go. So I'll just enter a couple of details. Now obviously you guys can't see these details, but it's okay. The only thing you'll be able to see is my leverage and my fund. So let's make it so we can see how other people. So if you were looking to start with $2,000, let's do with $2,000. Obviously, if you want to have a $20,000 account or a $100,000 account, you can just times it by, etc. But the $2,000 account, I want to show you guys You know, it is. I'm not going to do a $200. In my opinion, you can't make any good profit with $200. You can't really make good profit with $2,000 either, but it still gives you that bit of a kick to see, you know, the funds coming in. But with a $200 account, you really can't. Even with the 500 to 1 leverage, you can't really expose. Let me see. You can't really expose the proper opportunity there is. So $200 for me is more for people who just want to test it out and sort of feel how it is. And then when you really want to take it seriously, you can start going into the 2000s and above. So we'll just go with the 2000. Excuse me. We'll just go with the $2,000 account. Press next. There's a login details. Obviously, we're not going to use this account ever again, so I'm not going to save it. And we'll press finish. You can see we're connected. Great. There is. Perfect. So this is a prime account, so obviously that's why my spread is a lot tighter than the usual. We can see even now the spread is very tight because markets are on their way of being open. You can see our spread here at the moment is 0.2 pips on the prime account, so that's a nice benefit of it. We'll open the trading terminal. You can see here new account. There we go. So you can see $2,000. So let's begin this trading session. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, wish me luck. So yeah, usually what I do, I just sort of page through so what I'll be looking at my gold. Just get rid of that. So I'll be looking at my gold, clearing the charts. Let me just clear all the charts of all the lines that I've made. So I'll just change it to here. Let's go. We'll go. I usually just set this up. So now we can see this is this thing you can just download off of MQL4, I believe, one of the websites. So it shows you how long it's going to before the candle closes. And I think that's just a time, but I'm not too fussed about that. I'm just more fussed about this area. This is how long it takes before the candle will close. I know there's another one where you can see the spread, but the spread I'm not really too fussed about because when the market is full of volume, the spread tends to be low. We can actually get rid of the moving averages as well, because we don't do this. So this is going to be pure price action and technical analysis trading. So let's start off on the daily time frame. We'll have a look here. So what I look for is main support and resistance areas. So we have here, obviously, we have that support zone that has been hit. We can see we don't have a lot of traffic on the side. So you can see we had this nice big candle. So I would say the closest area. You can see it is sort of stalling here, so we did have a possible head and shoulders pattern breaking, and then obviously when it breaks we do have. So what we have here is the zone we're trading in for gold. This is a daily. Moving down to the 4 hourly, we can see more support and resistance areas. We'll just add that in there and go down. So you can see here gold currently, maybe it'll move. I'm not too confident in this area over here. I would want it to see, when I look to the left, I want to see no traffic there. So what I'm talking about is nice smooth moves, no interruptions on this side. But let's see how it goes. I just need to keep an eye on my mic to make sure that I don't run out of battery and it goes all quiet all of a sudden. So just put that here somewhere where I can see it. Yeah, and we'll get the Forex Forex factory. So there's a calendar on there that shows you. Let's go see what time it is. So usually I just have a look at that just to kind of give me an idea of what's going on. Forex factory. So this is a good place. So I'll just show you what I'm looking at here. So you can see we've got Forex factory here. We will go today, which is for us a Friday. It is actually Saturday morning. It's 1:20 a.m. here for us. So we can see here there's the employment changes coming up. It is now currently around here. So housing stats. So this is going to be, it's coming close. This is for Canada. So we can see good moves in Canadian markets as well. We can see there will be movements in the US markets, obviously with the average hourly earnings coming out, the NFP coming out, the unemployment rate. So there's a lot of good things, a lot of things that are affecting the US market and the Canadian market. So this is going to be hopefully going to be a very, very volatile time in the market. So hopefully we can see some good moves and catch some good moves in this but we will see how it goes. I just noticed my face is sort of half cut out, looking like a midget. There we go. So let's have a look here. So as we know, the Canadian market is going to move well. We'll move on to this. Just close this a bit. Obviously, we don't have any trades, so we can actually close this trading terminal until we start placing trades. So I like this. This looks nice. Let me just go to this area over here. Get rid of it. I'm just going to leave this because otherwise I have to delete it every time. But I don't really use any indicators for my trading. I usually mainly price action. Actually, it is really sort of bothering me. Let's just go property objects and get rid of this. So obviously, if you guys want to play some music, because this can be quite a long video, and I might not talk for a bit, so it could be a little bit boring if there's nothing happening in the market. But yeah, that's just I kind of want to just show you guys what how I do things. So daily, let's have a look. You can see nothing is actually stopping this thing from moving. So this looks really good. I quite like this. I would say right over here is a good key area. So you can see a big range of movement for the Canadian, for the USD CAD, about 260 pips. So it's a nice move. We go down to the 4 hourly to have a look. Why is this still here? Okay, so we can see it. I would say this is on the hourly. Yep, there we go. So we can see a nice consolidation area over here and over here. So obviously I can see it's going to get a bit full, so we can get rid of this line because we are currently moving in that area. So we can see nice big zone. If it does break out, we could see a nice possible move to the upside. So this is a key one to keep noted. So we'll keep a close eye on this today. So once it breaks out, we'll have a look. So when I trade, I don't really go through a lot of currencies. I don't flick through hundreds of currencies or 50 currencies. It keeps your mind sidetracked from where the money is. So when I trade, I have a couple of currencies where I look at. So obviously the US dollar, because it is a US Open, is going to be a key pair to look at. And then we've got gold, which is going to be good as well. Good moving. Usually the euro yen kind of moves quite well with the US Open as well. The pound yen moves well too. Just be wary, the pound yen is a very dangerous pair to trade. What I mean by dangerous pair to trade, it is it's very volatile, so you have to be very clever, very careful when you do trade it. So maybe I'll take a trade on the GBP JPY just to have, maybe we'll see. It could be a loser, but we'll have a look. Ideally, I only want to take 2 trades for this whole session. Because usually for me personally, I found my first 2 trades are the money makers, and then everything after that I just waste risk. I risk money unnecessarily, or risk my funds unnecessarily, which is not a good thing you want to do. So especially a good piece of advice. I'm going to do a lot of talking actually. So a good piece of advice for new traders especially is when you have a full-time job and you want to learn how to trade, you can do this part-time. You can sort of start off by saying that trading is a part-time job, right? So you set out, for example, 3 hours a day of trading. We say, okay, I'm going to sit in front of the computer 3 hours a day. Once that 3 hours is done, regardless of whether you reach your target or not, you're going to close the computer, move on, go enjoy your family. 'Cause there's still there are other things more important in life than trading. Like your family should always come first, in my opinion. Because if you don't look after your family, yeah. But other than that, back to trading, and then also you've got target zones. So for me, target zones is a percentage. You can use a percentage for example. So you can say 5% is your 5% is your goal for the day. If you reach that 5% before your 3 hours, great. Close the computer. You're done and dusted for that trading session. If you reach 10% a day with an open trade, so this doesn't mean if you've got an open trade and you reach 5%, close a trade. No, it just means if you happen to reach 5% or anywhere close that, and you've got, just close the computer. There's no need to risk more. Even if you've taken, for me example, I would like to take about 2 or 3 trades. 2 or 3 trades per session. If I don't reach that 5% at the end of the day, that's fine. Just close the computer, relax. So taking 2 or 3 trades per session is a good thing for me. because this prevents me from taking stupid trades. So now that I'm limited to these 2 or 3 trades, I make sure that these trades that I take is going to be absolutely perfect, and they have to fit my analysis and what I want to see. It has to go perfectly with what I want, and if it's not, I'm not going to take the trade, because if you take 3 stupid trades, you know, you're wasting time. So make sure you always find the perfect trade to take. Because every time you take a trade, you're risking money. So make sure that the trade is absolutely perfect that you are going to take. So we'll just keep flicking through the charts. I can turn my music up a little bit now as well. So feel free to play some music. This could be a long session. So let me just get everything ready here. Alrighty, so euro yen. Okay, I quite like this too as well. This is quite nice. Let's just get rid of all these lines and these indicators. I'm actually just going to save this as a new template just to make it a bit easier. I'll save it over my old one. Anytime. Yes, perfect. Okay. So start with the daily time frame. Let's have a look. So daily time frame, we can see here. It looks good actually. So we're on a support at the moment. So you can see here, base of the candle. You know, one the wick tried to break through. It didn't. You can see even now here, even with 9 hours left of the day, you can see it has sort of tried to break through and not quite made it. So if it closes above that, that's great. That could give us an indication that it could go to the top side. And now we can look here on the lower time frame. You can see this is going to confirm it as well. Beautiful little touch here. You can see consolidation between these zones. Candle closes, nice sort of consolidation here. Tests of a breakout and not quite get it. And again here we've got a test of the breakout. So if we see this pair move between these lines, expect consolidation. And if it does move between this, I won't trade. But if it does break, maybe we could see something, potentially something moving here. Which will be great. So 4 hourly, again, we can see all these areas. So good targets over here. These wicks maybe can cause a bit of traffic, so it could slow it down just a bit because it has caused previous support areas and a bit of consolidation. But that was a fair bit back. So the closer we get to the closer the consolidation or the support and resistance lines get to the right side, the more relevant they are. The further away they are, for me, and in my experience, the least relevant they are. But you still have to keep them in mind. So I'll just pull out all these support and resistance areas. So this actually looks like a very nice zone. I'm gonna draw. Maybe I'll draw a line in here. I'll just change this. You know, just so I'm aware of this area over here. So we'll just make this line, let's make it gray so it's not too visible, and we'll make it look like this. Perfect. So I like that, and then just get the settings back for my normal horizontal line. Cool. Moving on to the hourly. Okay, there we go. So you can see that line. Good thing I did draw it. So you can see this line that I've drawn over here actually has offered as a previous zone for support and resistance. So we'll need to keep an eye out on this. So let's go down to the 30-minute chart. So yeah, this does look like it could be a good move. It is retesting the zone. So maybe we can see something happen to the top side, which would be good. And maybe we can even see this come down to be a head and shoulders pattern as well. But we keep an eye out on this. Euro JPY, a very nice pair to trade during the US Open for some unknown reason. If someone's got an answer, let me know. I would like to know why it moves during the during the US session, but I would love to know why. If it comes down, we could see maybe a short, maybe like a short trade quickly, 20 pips to the downside on the 15-minute time frame, using this as a support. So we can see this was a bit of a zone actually, using the wicks and the bases of these candles. You can see a very nice zone over here. I do quite like it actually. It could play nicely to the downside. So we will see what it is happening. You know, I might actually just take this on. Let's take this trade. That's big. That's big for my account. So we're risking how much for this? It is 90 pips. Obviously, yes, calculate as well. So 100. So it's going to be 100 points. So 10 pips, and we want to risk 2%. So 2% is $20 of a $2,000 account. And then obviously, so 200 divided by 100, which is your, sorry, 20 divided by 100, which is your points. So it's a 0.2. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So 0.2. So we want to trade with a 0.2 lot. For me, that's still a bit of a big, because you know nothing is kicked off yet. This is still pre-market movement. So I'm going to go a bit smaller and trade with a, sorry, yeah, 0.2. Yeah. So I'm going to trade with a 0.05 lot. Because this is a $2,000 account. We haven't just accept, press OK, and there we go. So now we can sell, boom, and then pull this up here. So you can see here on the side, we're going to risk $4 for this trade. So it's good, and you know our target profit is around this area over here. Once it starts to commit, I will probably, so let's actually open this terminal now. Once it starts to commit, I will be maybe putting another 1 or 2 trades onto the same lot size 0.05 to continue this. So let's we'll keep an eye out on this. Once it ticks into profit, you know, we can go back to it and see what's going on. So I always like to have the trading terminal open to keep an eye on the trades so I can manage them as they go. Yeah. Also I don't really follow fundamentals that much, but I heard my colleague said the NFP is going to be 170, so I'm not sure if that's relevant to anyone, if anyone follows that or not. We can see here the NFP 180, so the forecast is 180. The previous one was 340,000, so that's quite large. So let me pull this across so you guys can see here. Okay, so the NFP. You can see here the forecast for the NFP is 180,000 new jobs added. The previous one was 304,000 jobs added. That's quite a lot actually. That's every month. That's a lot. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. So we see once these announcements happen, we will see it tick here. We will see it happen here. So I see it's not really moving, but hopefully it pushes to the downside. Obviously, if it pushes to the upside, I would not take a trade in between here. You know, I'd only be happy. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I would take a trade once it bounces and continues to the upside. We'll see what the market shows us. Let's have a look. We'll just keep flicking through these main currencies. Euro, US dollar, obviously a nice pair to trade. We did have this big drop, so we could maybe see it drop a bit further. We'll see what happens. Let's just pull up. The reason why I have this is just because obviously this is a scalping session, so that's why I have this, so I can sort of know when the time's going to end, and I can know. I usually wait for candle confirmation before I take a trade. So I like to have that open, so I sort of have a rough idea of how long I can wait before I have to recheck the chart. So at the moment here on the daily time frame, we can see here it is on a previous support, now turned to resistance. So I do like that. We do have this top over here we've had, and we can go down to the 4 hourly to make sure it's touching. Perfect. So that's the range. I would say this is key over here on the base that these are right over here. Moving on, we can see here we do have this section over here. So a good range of movement for this, about 30 pips, 40 pip move, which would be great if we can catch that. If to the downside, I wouldn't trade in here because there's a consolidation zone. You can see the market sort of struggling to move up to there. Excuse me, a little bit croaky. It is, after all, like I said, almost 2 in the morning. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and I hope it does help a lot. And then, so now back to the hourly, we can see here we do have this section over here. So these are all things we need to be aware of when we take trades. Will the market break? We can always sort of watch. If we see it struggling, we can sort of pull our stop losses in above negative, or to lock in some profits, and then move it. If we see it break, great, we can sort of keep moving that. But if we see it starting to struggle, we could look to take out the trade. So that's why I always track down these areas, so I know sort of the range or the movement for the market for that session. You can see here we do have a bit of a consolidation zone right over here, so we'll just keep an eye out on that right over here. Still hovering around, I think. So let's go as points so we can see. There we go. It's a bit better. I always like to see points, otherwise, you know, the money starts to play with your play with your psychology. So I also have ready in hand with me. A lot of you people disagree with this as I can't show you what it is because I don't know if it's trademark or not, but I have an energy drink with me to keep me going. So I actually poured it into a cup. I had to take the branding off the cup as well, so you know, so I don't show any branding on this video. Otherwise, we have to start. You guys know how it works if you've made videos on YouTube before. So, so we have to go 100% black bull. That's why I got my black bull pen as well, because the products are great. So. So we have been now almost half an hour into the session. Taken one trade so far, not really moving. It is slowly turning to the upside, still negative 0.8 pips. So we'll see. Obviously, you know, we can see this is a prime account, so I am paying a bit of a commission, but I'm not too fussed about it. It's giving me that tighter spread, and overall it is 30% cheaper to trade on the Blackmore Markets prime account, so I'm not too fussed about that at all. But you do need that initial $2,000 US deposit to you know, to get access to the prime account. So I actually quite like this. It's starting to look good on the 30 minutes. I can see here on the 15 minute, this is the Euro USD 15 minute bar chart. So it's starting to turn to the upside. I like it. This is kind of what I want to see. And then, you know, we'll see on the 30 minutes, we can see here that it was also starting to turn green. The hourly time frame starting to turn green. So it's all good signs of this market, you know, looking to go to the upside. I'm a little bit skeptical because of this strong move we did have to the downside. But we'll see how it plays out. If we do take a trade, once again, I'll test the waters with a smaller lot size. And then as, you know, as we go, you know, we can progress to it. But obviously, with that with those news releases coming up, we do know the USD CAD is going to lose its mind tonight. So, well, we can sort of say that the USD CAD is going to lose his mind. This Euro JPY is looking like it's starting to turn negative. Just keep an eye out on it. Not too bad. And then also, yes, the GJ. So let's have a look at that. So GBP JPY. So this is actually broken a double bottom. 30-minute time frame. So let's have a look. I do like it. Actually, it looks like a good play. There's nothing. Okay, there we go. So here. So this is why we take a time frame, guys. This is why you don't jump to a trade as soon as you see you know, we have a beautiful look at this. Perfect broken support. You go, oh, it's moving. You know, you're getting all excited. You place a trade, and then, you know, once you start looking, you know, you calm down after you take the trade, you go to a higher time frame, you see, oh, but it is reaching that support. So, I mean, I'm not very happy about this. It is 10 pips. Not really worth it for me. So, if you like 10 pips scalp, you know, pump that leverage up. You know, if you make a profit, that's great. So, you know, whatever floats your boat or fills your account, shall we say better. But for me personally, I'm not a big fan of what it looks like. So you can see it's very close. So just a bit of a you know, I would say a bit of advice really is, one, if you ever take a trade and you're unsure about, and you reanalyze the market and you say, wow, you know, I'm actually wrong, don't leave that trade open to say, yeah, but maybe if you know, it's just not worth it. Don't risk it. So we actually, let me just quickly write down why I took this Euro NZ trade here. So obviously there was, I don't know, you guys could see there was not really any emotion. This is a bit different because I'm broadcasting it, so you know, I'll just write down the pair, you know, the time frame, the price I entered at, which was 124.645, and then all the other things that I usually do fill in as well. And then obviously I also write down the lot size that I took the trade in. Yeah, so we'll see. So that's my initial decision, and then we'll add on later. So I usually don't write down add on late. I like trades that I do add on because I've already made my decision on the trade. I'll write it out if I took out the trade prematurely. If it, you know, if I hit my stop loss, I just put SL next to the trade, and then you know, how much I lost in that trade as well. And obviously dollar wise. Or you know, yeah, usually dollar wise. So obviously still playing around. USD CAD we might see some premature movement from the USD CAD because a lot of news events in the USD and the CAD. So again, nothing much really. You know, if you want, you could probably place like a buy stop or a sell stop, but keeping in mind we do still have this area of consolidation coming off. So I'm not a big fan of this area for the downside. Just because of this previous history that we've had here. You can see it was really struggling in here. Excuse me. So we'll see what happens. So to the top side is my bias on this, obviously, because you know there's traffic to the left, to the downside, and then nothing much to, you can see nothing much to the right side. So going back all the way to the daily, you can see it's clean moving. Maybe the close of these candles could be. But you know, I'm not really too fussed about that. Mic is still going green. Almost forgot to check on it. Here's another one, the USD JPY, beautiful little pair for the US session. So we can already see this nice support zone being hit. Look at that. That's actually very nice looking. It is sort of here in this consolidation zone on the 4-hourly. You can see here we've had those wicks touch. You can see it as we had a bit of a wick touch there as well. So coming down to the hourly time frame. It could use this as a support. So this actually could be a very nice play to the upside. We'll see what happens. To look at what gold. Okay, gold is moving. Let's have a look what's going on. Yeah, it's not really you know, choosing a good direction. This maybe because we had that support here as well. You can see these wicks that tap into a zone here on the 30-minute. You always have to be really careful about playing these lower time frames. So make sure you always do your analysis very well on these lower time frames. For me, I don't know. Big, nice, strong move to the upside, so this could indicate weakness in the US dollar. Let's see, what zone are we working for here? 20 pips could not too bad actually, not too bad. This EJ is not going the way I want it to. It is slowing down. Maybe we can see. Hope we see this break. We get a nice move, and it is looking very. Actually, it's looking very nice. Very, very nice. I do think we can see a bit of a hiccup when it comes to here, to the zone. Just because we have had its support, bit of resistance coming close here, so it's more of a zone than really a support line. So we've had this bit of a zone moving here, so we can see it tap into here, and then struggle a bit, and then move past it. So we'll see what happens with this. So if you guys are wondering what I'm actually looking at, I can't record both screens. So when I keep looking at this screen, I'm actually just keeping an eye on this. I don't know why, I just like to keep an eye on it. I know nothing's going to happen soon, but it's just, it sort of distracts my eye. So that's what I'm looking at, just the figures. But we'll see what happens. So almost 40 minutes into the session, not much movement yet, so we'll see what happens. Also, I'm part of a group, just a group of friends that, that talk about the markets and, market opens and stuff. So, if you guys are part of it, that's great. But just be aware if someone in the group posts like, I'm taking this trade, don't take the trade because they took it. So always make sure you do your own analysis. So for me personally, I like to see everyone's ideas and, what trades they're taking. But I'll never really take their trades. I want to find the trade on my own. I want to make sure that I analyze it. So even if someone posts a trade, and I wouldn't go and analyze the market and then make a decision, because seeing someone take a trade could still psychologically influence you, making you take the trade without you actually knowing it. And you could just say, like say for example, someone just sold gold, they analyze it, and you go look at the chart, saying, okay, I'll do my own analysis, and you go, yeah, well, you could be right, or she could be right. And you end up taking the trade, and then it sort of influences you. So if someone says that, just great. But for me, I would just disregard it. I just like the fact that it's a group of people who've got sort of the same mindset and everything. It's a good environment. So usually you want to be with people who've got the same sort of goal, same sort of mindset as you. Cut everything negative out of your life. So because this is essentially you're trying to start your own business if you want to go full time. Or if you want to make a success out of this trading. So it's a lot of work. So obviously, if you are currently looking after a family, or you have other responsibilities, like a job, or your kids you have to look after, or you have to spend time with your wife, don't let the trading overtake that. Don't let it rule that. Like I said, treat it like a side business. Where you would go, if you go home, spend that time there. Once that time is done, it's done. Close the computer. You're done for the day. Don't waste more time on it. Because for me, if you spend more than your set time on that, you could start taking silly trades, making stupid mistakes. So rather just close it down. Enjoy your family, or do what you have to do if you have other responsibilities you need to deal with. So yeah, I'm just sort of going to talk through this. Otherwise, we're just going to sit in silence. So some points I might sit, because I don't want it to be too awkward where you guys are just staring at my my face, which is not really ideal for anyone. So I'm going to try and keep it as much engagement as possible. So we'll see how it goes. Still, now we've gone 40 minutes into this session. Not much yet. It is looking like this is slowly starting to turn. So once it breaks through here, I'll probably leave it and move on to the next. So it's not a big risk. Like I said, I think it was around about $5. So yeah, $4.15 that we're risking on this trade. Let me just see. Let's put it right on that. Obviously we have the spread. So we'll make it a round number and risk, what's that, 5. Cool. Okay, so this is actually quite interesting if you have this Forex factory. So as you guys can see here, it's just forexfactory.com. If you scroll out to the bottom, you can actually see where we're almost halfway through the London session. We're coming up to this US Open in a couple of minutes, so hopefully that's the US Open 7 a.m. local, which is, what time would it be for me? There we go. Don't know what that is. Let's have a look, see what the gold is up to. Retraced. So this is actually, yeah, you see, so that happens if you if you took that trade because you saw that big candle and started panicking, you would have just been into a nice drawdown. So be careful when you take trades out of fear of missing out. We call it FOMO. So see, I think if this does break to the top side, we could see it come up to here, which is a fair distance. So we'll see if we can maybe catch a couple here. But at the moment, there's no real reason for it to move in the upside. So we'll see what happens. See, I'm just looking at this Euro CAD now, and just looking at the daily time frames, you can see it's just messy moves. It's very very volatile, very indecisive. So there's no real true indication of which way the market's going to go. So I think we'll just leave this one alone. See, this Euro Yen is now starting to go against me. Not too bad. See, I like this because it keeps retesting the zone and keeps pulling back. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can see a push to the downside. That'll be great. It is starting to play a bit though, isn't it? Obviously GBP CAD could be a good one to look at as well. Now obviously when the NFP does get announced, you see the market move quickly. So I've got a certain way of trading which is a lot different to just this sort of analysis. It sort of just came with comes with experience. The way I'm trading it might look very hectic to a lot of you. I'll show you how I play it. It's very intense. So unless I would really recommend you guys keep practicing this on a demo account until you're very confident in this, because it does almost look like I am rushing into a trade. But this is just for my eyes, adjusting. So let me quickly, before this all happens, I'll just pull up Paint here. Where's Paint? I don't think I've got it up here yet. So let me just pull this up, and I'll just sort of draw for you guys what I ideally want when I see this NFP move, because it'll move and then there could be some times when it retraces and then gives me that second sort of I like to call it like the stop of the train for me to reboard that and then continue riding it. So let me just try and find Paint here. I like to use Paint because I'm illiterate with all like Photoshop or any other drawing sort of thing, because as I am sort of still a 90s child, Paint was what I sort of grew up with. So I'm fairly confident-ish to use Paint. So let's get this going. Cool. So what we're looking at when the NFP happens, right? We will have big moves. So the NFP, for example, it goes down. You see this big move down. Usually we have to the side, so we've got a bit of a market to the side. Does whatever it does. That's hideous. Let me just redo that actually. So we've got the market that moves. Where is my pencil? Market that moves sort of nice. It gives a bit of a. We could see like whatever. It doesn't move. It doesn't matter. Whatever happens. Then we have the NFP, and it starts to drop. Okay. Now this, for example, excuse me. This, for example, could be on the 30-minute time frame. And we see this drop, and now we see it slow down. So it has made this very nice red candle to the downside. Like this big red candle. Now, for me, I won't trade as this candle because, and we see it retrace. So it's retraced, and it's made this big wick to the downside, right? So now let's zoom in. So obviously this will now consist of a couple of candles. It could consist of one big candle. We don't know. So what I'm looking for is usually this will form, some more candles to the side. So we can see something like this. So a nice candle to the upside. And then a lot of people think, okay, this is time, the market's going to move up. And then usually what you see happens is this. Now this comes from experience. You'll sort of learn when this kind of does happen. So what we see is this, another red candle comes down and it takes this candle out. Now that right there, for me, is an indication to go into the downside. So once that candle breaks past that, it shows that it is ready to go again. So usually it always does fill right here. It comes to this zone. But if it's like NFP, it could come past and continue to fill this whole area and keep dropping down. So that for me is a very nice play again, and we could look to catch it to other sort of support or resistance areas. Obviously with your stop loss just above here. Like this, so your stop loss would be there. sorry about the writing. I'm actually left-handed, so I'm struggling to write on this. But this is sort of a play. I've got a different sort of plays that I look for on the lower time frames when these big moves happen. But I'll try to explain the best as I can. Usually, if you sort of, I would recommend you study the market when these things happen. If you haven't traded NFP before, any big news releases. Like we had in the euro, that with Mario Draghi speaking, the euro just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. So you just study what the market moves, how it moves, look at the high time frames and move it down to your lower time frame, like 15, sometimes 5 minute as well, and just study the market, see how it reacts, see what it does, see how one large candle is constructed from smaller candles, because obviously if you're trading on a 1 hourly time frame, you have got two 30-minute time frame candles in there that are constructed in a way that forms a 1 hour time frame, and then obviously 30-minute time frame, you got two 15-minute candles, and obviously going down 5 minutes, you got 3 5-minute candles and a 15-minute candle. So just study how their candles move. What a certain candle looks like when you break it down into its smaller candles. Just learn how the market reacts during these events. Usually, I don't even look at these stats. So we do have these stats over here. I just like to know, okay, cool, so we can see movement here. So I'm not really too fussed if the stats are negative. As soon as the stat comes out, the market's going to react. So you're not going to be like watching it and then all of a sudden it reacts and click. That it could be. For me, it's just, I don't know. So I just know there's going to be movement in the market. I see the market move, and I will jump in on it and catch it and sort of start to play it. But yeah, let's have a look at this Euro JPY again. Yeah, so I'm actually really liking this Euro JPY play. It's looking very nice. Hopefully it does break to the downside. Keeping a close on this, just managing, making sure, my bias is still down. It looks like it's actually starting to use it, the hourly time frame. I'm not liking the red candle to the upside. The green candle turning. 40 time frame, we'll see what happens. This actually does show that it could actually move when there's one candle all the way to the upside, and then we could see it move again back down. We'll see. So it's pushing to the upside. We'll just keep a close eye on it. It's reaching that resistance area again. So we'll see what happens with it. Gold, like you see, gold has completely come back into that zone now. So this zone is proving to be a strong consolidation zone. So maybe we can play something here when it does break out again. Look what the time is in the US at the moment. Eight 8:05 a.m. News release is at 8:30 a.m. You know, this actually, now the more that I look at it, it could actually be a good play to the downside as well. Having this as a zone right over here. So you can see here the base of the candle is base of the candle over here. That wick over there almost lines up nicely with that one as well. So this is a very good zone. So maybe we could see a possible move to the downside for gold. But then again, you know, once it starts moving down, we could see it hit this support. Now, ideally, I would want it to kind of come past this area first before I would look to take a excuse me, take a small trade down. Let's have a look what the GBP JPY is doing. Okay, yeah, so see, is that the broken bottom? Like I said, we had that support, and it has come close to it. So yeah, you see, that's the reason why you always have to check the higher time frames. See, it just tapped into that zone, and now turning green on the hourly and the 4 hourly. So we'll see what happens. But before we make any serious big trades, you know, we'll probably wait for NFP for the market to start moving before we make any decisions. I do also have some chips as well, so I'll just stay munching on these just to keep my boredom at bay. So sorry about the noise. So if you guys are new to trading and you've never traded before, you can check us out here. We do have a Twitter. So twitter.com. This is my Twitter. If you guys want to give me a follow, Analyst Phil. And then obviously the Black Bull Markets Twitter. Just search for Black Bull Market. So our Twitter tag is what is it? Black Bull Forex. We actually made a video about this earlier today. The Euro USD testing at 61.8% fib. My colleague Anish actually did a great video on it. So it should be down here. There I am. So you can see my colleague Anish did do this video. So do ever check it out. His fundamentals is excellent. He is very, very well informed. He's been in the industry for, I believe, 7 years now. So he's got a lot of knowledge. So do check these videos out. They're very, very helpful. He explains it in good detail. You know, great content from him. And obviously come check my videos out because I'm pretty cool too. So. I think this might be, yeah, starting to move up now. But I'm probably not going to take any other trades until, you know, before NFP. So, you know, we'll see this. We've got a couple more minutes to wait before this release happens. About 15 minutes, 15, it's about 18 minutes before the NFP announcement. So we will see what happens. Dangerous pair GBP JPY. It actually looks quite nice here on the hourly chart with this, you know, this over here. So we'll see what happens. See, I'm not going to touch it here because this is a key consolidation zone. So if it breaks down into this, I'm just going to leave it and you know, let it do its thing, because the GBP JPY is a very, very dangerous pair to trade. You can see, let's zoom in here and just sort of break this down a bit. So you can see we've got the zone here, and it's funny enough, it's quite interesting to just study the markets and just learn how it reacts. And you can see we had the wick of this tap back into the zone. So if we actually draw a line here, you can see it's coming into the zone, tapping back into it before it actually comes further back down. So all these little things are very relevant. You can see similar things have sort of happened here, even though it's not very big. You know, on the hourly time frame, it still holds quite a strong significant entry in the market. So this could actually have been a very nice play. You know, it's got this break to the downside. You could have entered here on this break. And then, you know, you could have actually entered here. When it taps back into the zone, you see it starting, closes that candle and see it starting to move in that direction. You can see there's no movement to the upside after that. A lot of strength down. And you could have, again, entered on a trade. Obviously, we have this wick coming close to this one again. So sort of a mini head and shoulders, really. So tapping into this zone over here of this wick, you can see happened here. So obviously nothing to stress about. Your stop loss could have been just above here, and catch this nice move to the downside, back to the daily time frame, to this area of excuse me, of support. So that could have been a nice place. So looking back at that, where were we? 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 hour. So 1 hour. So you could see trading that, you had a 12 pip stop loss, and you would have been in profit now for, you know, about 80 pips. So it's nice play. Could have been a nice play to take. And obviously taking profits close when you're getting close to that target. And you see the market starting to stall by the area. So nothing too exciting here. Markets are looking good. As we know, this week has been a difficult week for the markets. I've spoken to a lot of clients. They said they had a hard, the market just treated them harshly this week. Fair enough. The market, it was difficult. I do think it's just because usually the week before the NFP, the market tends to be really uncertain. People don't know how to react. They're all anxiously waiting for this announcement. Your banks and stuff wait for these announcements. Your funds wait for these announcements. So all the big heavy hitters usually wait for this. And obviously your new retail traders who usually have no idea how to trade, and they pump everything in, and you see this big move in the market. So for us, it's up to us to learn how to play these moves, with a lot of knowledge, learning. So it's up to us to study this, figure out how it works, and play it smart. So obviously using risk management very, very strongly in your trading plan. So nothing too exciting still. Let's have a look at gold. Gold tapped that, so it went into that zone. Again, using it, so I'm not very happy with this move to the upside. I'm not going to touch it because you can see it is not very clean movements. It's a bit of a consolidation zone, in my opinion, really. So we'll see what happens. You can see here on the 30-minute time frame, this is not a nice area for gold for the market to be in. I think the candle closed on GBP JPY on the 30-minute by now. Okay, this is actually a very interesting pattern here. I quite like this pattern. That's what I call a fake out pattern over here. So we can see here the market, it's not quite to the standards that I want it to be. So let's get up paint again. So we'll go new. Okay, so what we have is we have this market sort of comes down, creates this support area or consolidation, sort of comes back, and then whatever you have here, consolidation, and then what you have is this big fat red candle to the downside. Can you make it thicker? I guess not. Maybe if I just zoom in a bit, it'll help, won't it? Cool. So we've got this big red candle to the downside. So breakout. So here you could even take this trade, but obviously we've got this this support we've had here that it's been hit, and then what we have is this green candle coming back. Now, in my opinion, what I ideally want to see. Actually, let me just quickly draw this as well. Just that line that we have here. Let me just get this because my straight line skills are not the best. Oh, it's fat. Let me just make it thinner. There we go. So we have this support line, right? Not ideal, but yeah. So just imagine the market came down here. Obviously, like I said, my drawing skills are not quite on par with Picasso, but I am getting close. So we had the market come down here. There we go. And now we have a green candle moving back to the upside, like so, and closing here. So this is what I call a fake out. So this is a nice indication. So usually what we will see after this, again, is the market will retrace a bit, hit that zone again. So if you enter the trade here, that's fine. So you entered a trade to the upside over here on the close, and your stop loss can be just above. Just below this. Let's actually change this to a red line. Make it pink because we've got this red candle. So stop loss. You can see my line drawing skills are not great. So let's go here. Stop loss just over here. And now we have the market retracing. And now what we're looking for again. We can expect it to do this. It usually does this quite often with either a wick of a candle or something, and then it starts moving up in the direction of the market, which can be a great move. So obviously there will be some support or resistance areas there that you could, or somewhere along the line where you could place your take profits. Usually like NFP now, we could just maybe see it like keep going to the top side, but we'll see and manage this trade. So let's just keep an eye on it. You see, so it is pulling down. Like I said, this candle has not fully come back to this one over here, so I wasn't very happy with it, with what it looked like. So the only reason I'm not taking a trade in either direction here, because it is giving us this nice retest, retest of this zone we've had here, this resistance, and now it's offering resistance again, is purely because of this area over here. It just doesn't look right. You can see it's not fluent. It's not like a fluent movement. I'm not going to draw it. So it's not like a two candle structure. It's not like sharp turn. It's a bit of a hiccup. So it's sort of struggling in this area, giving me the indication that this could be a consolidation zone. So again, I'm not going to play it. Like I said, you only want to play the absolutely perfect trades that you're 100% sure about. So so trading isn't anything what they make it out to be. It's not like you're panicking and you're seeing all this and you're like freaking out, placing trades, looking at your phone, looking for news. In my opinion, it's like cool, calm, collective. You're waiting for the perfect setup. You take that perfect setup. It either works, it doesn't work. You're done for the day. Close the computer, relax. So for me, that's what trading is about. Because we've got about 6 minutes to go now before the NFP announcement is released. So let's keep a close eye on this. So NFP, like we said, CAD news coming out, US news coming out. So this is going to be a busy session, hopefully. Let's see what the USD CAD's up to. You can see spreads are tightening, so people are showing up, placing trades. Not a lot of volume. Obviously these repaint, but yeah. It's turning. Let's have a look. Looks like see, it's moving though. It's starting to tick. So let's have a look. Okay, so gold retested into that zone. So see, that's exactly why you wait for that candle close. So a bit of a lower time frame consolidation where we did draw this square, so you can see it is gonna will affect it a bit. So we'll see what happens. But it's good because it's actually making this resistance a bit stronger. So we'll see what happens. It's pushing to the upside. We'll see what happens with this. 3 minutes. Okay, so 3 minutes for the close and 3 minutes till the news release happens. So let's have a look. It's about to go down. It is about to go down. Gold might push it to the top. Yeah, I like the play to gold to the top side actually. It looks good, starting to look good. We do have 2 minutes left. So how much will we be risking if we do take a trade here? So we'll probably be risking about $14 if we take a 0.1 lot trade. So not too bad. Hmm. 40 seconds left. Shall we get ready to place the trade and see what happens? Sorry about that screen. So yeah, I just blanked the screen up because I accidentally pulled up some my emails, and that's something I don't really like other people to read. So let's pull this. I was actually looking for the calendar, the Forex calendar. There we go. That looks good. So see, we had that retest. Let's give it a buy. So we do know gold. We were a bit late, so it's okay. Boom. So gold going up, and then also our Euro JPY sell is going good too. So now let's look for targets for gold. So see, we were a bit late. See, that's happened really quickly. Let's test it. So we do have a $48 profit in gold if it does hit. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Euro JPY. Let's move to that one. Euro JPY. Great, great, great. So now it's reaching that area. If it breaks past this, when it moves past it, I'll probably place another one. There we go. So I like that zone. We can pull this in here, risking about $15 now. So there we go, and we'll see where it takes us. So we do have it. We've got a good a target. You know, it depends on what this NFP does. So we'll see. So currently it is pending. All these things are pending. So you can see here they're waiting confirmation on what they were. So what is it? But it looks good. Looks like people already know what happened. So markets are moving. Let's pull this up. So now you can see from here. So we know the euro yen is going down. Gold obviously moves in opposite direction of the euro yen. I've discussed this properly in a chat in one of my videos before. So USD. Let's actually have a look at USD CAD because that's probably jumped. I was a bit scared of USD. Yeah. So good thing we didn't touch that. So USD CAD could have burnt a lot of people. So we've got two news events coming out from USD and the CAD. So a dangerous pair to play. So you know it was good to see, but luckily we didn't play this. I'm not going to touch the USD CAD for the session. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it. Let's have a look. So euro yen is looking good too. So here we go. This is also a play I like a lot. Although we are reaching this is what I call that candle. So it pulled back, like I said, remember? So it pulled back. It's given that green candle. Now we wait for this candle to go above here, and we can look for a possible trade further down. So this could actually cause it to drop a lot lower. But we will keep an eye out on this and see what happens. It is retracing, so I'm not a big fan of it. Let's have a look. We'll just pull. Gold's retracing. We can probably pull. The stop loss is pulled in, so just keep an eye out. Curious to see what the USD CAD is doing. Dropping. Good. So US dollar is dropping. So obviously that means gold will go up if US dollar is dropping. Hopefully. So the euro yen is actually still going quite nicely. Moving. Let's refresh this Forex factory. Here we go. So we can pull up the results here. I'll just read them out so you guys can see how the chart ticks away. So the unemployment rate we had for Canada was spot on. The forecast was 5.8%. The previous was 5.8%, and the actual is 5.8%. Very close. The unemployment rate for Canada was forecasted at 80. Okay, yeah. So that was the unemployment rate. Sorry, was the 5.8, and 5.8 was actual. Then we have had the non-farm payroll was. Wow, it's actually really bad. So US dollar will be definitely looking to go down. So the forecast was 180k, and the actual was 20k. So 20k is it's a lot lower than they expected it, which is it's crazy. It's been going down. I think the year is coming to a slowdown. So we'll, for the quarter, obviously we're coming to the end of the quarter. So maybe that could be it. Obviously, you guys know I'm not a big fundamentalist. We could see a pullback now into the zone. There you go, gold going back up again. Great, there we go. Trades are moving. Where's gold? I might actually place another trade on gold because it was so. Okay, now we have a look at it. Great, perfect. It broke, so I might actually place just another one. Let it pull back a bit there, right there, and pull my stop loss just below here again. So this will probably be me for the day. Once these trades, once these trades are done, I'll be done. Probably looks like it'll be 2-hour session. So, but yeah, that'll be me for the session. Then once these trades are finished. But that's shocking though. The last one, the previous one was was the forecast was 304,000, and the actual was 311,000. And now this is the NFP. So the forecast was for this time was 180, and that is 20k. So we had 180k forecast, and it was 20k. That's shocking. So we'll see what happens. The unemployment rate, however, did what was good. So previous one was 4% was the unemployment rate, and it's actually gone down. So the forecast for this was 3.9%, and the outcome was 3.8%. So that's good. So it means unemployment rates are lower than expected, which is good. But this might actually make sense, because a lot of people are employed, so that means jobs are being filled up. So that's good. It's probably why the non-farm payroll has gone down. So we'll see what happens. Gold. Now let's look for targets. So we do have a target over here for gold. So we do have 2 trades for gold. So $40, so about $80, $90 for gold is our target for this profit. So I might actually, so you see we've got 1 take profit for EJ not going, 1 take profit for gold not going. So this is just in case they blow past our targets, and we could manage our stop losses by pulling them in tighter. So this gives us more opportunity and more pips to be made. So we'll see what happens. It's not quite as strong. The kickoff wasn't quite as strong as I expected it to be, but it's moving. So it's slowly starting to find its bearings, and maybe it'll start moving soon. So we'll see what happens. I'll be curious actually to see what the GBP JPY did. Dropping. Okay, so it did actually blow past that. So see, careful about that retest. There we go. So we'll see. I still don't like it because it isn't here, but like I said, I'm happy with the trades I took. So we'll let them play out and see what happens. So obviously, guys, if you want to pump your leverage up, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Upping your lot sizes. But for me, I like to keep my risk low. This is just for example, so obviously a $2,000 account. I don't want to risk a lot per trade, and it's just to show you, if you want to. A lot of people think, if you want to make money out of trading, like a good income out of trading, you can do it with a $2,000 account. You're going to struggle to do that if you keep everything realistic. Making sure your risk is managed well and everything like that. So usually, you need a significant account. So it's like, take it for like a business, for example. If you have a business and you invest $2,000 in it, how far is that business going to go? How far is that business going to take you? But if you have a business and you invest $100,000 in it, or even $50,000 into it, it's going to go a lot further than that original $2,000 you put into it. So that's what you need to see trading as. Like I said, you have to take the trading. So we will. I'll note down here in my trading journal what we expected. So pretty much what I expected. We drew our support lines. So we'll go to gold first. To gold. So gold, we had this area of support we're looking at, waiting for the NFP to break, and it did retest. We were a little bit almost late on the entry, so I was trying to keep my finger on that trigger, and we did happen to get a nice move to the upside. So hit the support, retested a support, and then we got to the top side using the strength of NFP is essentially what I'm going to write down, obviously the details, and then some other, obviously, psychology, what I was thinking, what I was feeling. So we'll just write that down. I actually might need to go to a next page. This could be a lot of information. So obviously, while you're writing, you just need to make sure you keep a nice close eye on these things. Okay, so Mike is still going strong as well. It's good to see. It's good. I need to check it more often actually to make sure it's not dying on you guys. Now on to our Euro Japanese yen, why we took the trade. So we already described why I took the trade, so I'm not going to write that down because I've already charted that down on the previous page, you know, why I took it. So all I can say, I just added another 0.5 lots onto it, so you know, filled in that trade essentially. And then obviously put my take profit targets as well. Cool, so that is us, and that also saves you. A lot of people don't like journaling because it's so much it's so much writing and so much work. So I like to keep my trades short and sweet, so I don't write down so much, so I don't have to journal all this amount of writing. So the less I like to, the less I write, the better for me. So that's why you know, it helps me to make sure that I only take two or three trades per session. So because I just don't like writing. This Euro Japanese yen is sort of stalling on this area, so it is retesting. So I might actually just close this because I don't like the look of it. It has used this as a, so I'll close this one, the Euro yen. We'll see what happens. So I'm not a big fan of that. If it comes close to this zone again, yeah, I think I'm actually done for the Euro Japanese yen. So maybe I'll take another trade to the downside. But gold is still looking very nice to the upside. 30-minute, looking good. So yeah, see these. So look at this. So it's broken through, retested this this zone on the 5 minutes, and you know, continued up high. So hopefully we see a strong move further to the top side. So gold can potentially be the trade of the day. So hopefully, hopefully, you know, hopefully it is the trade of the day. So that'd be nice. So I'll just keep a close eye on that. So we might actually start looking at pulling in the stop losses for gold, just to minimize our risk. Because we don't want this thing to rip down and you know, completely make these trades obsolete, which would really suck. Let's have a look at this Euro Yen, what that has done. Okay, so it has retested. It actually might be another nice move to the downside. I don't know, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? Because it is on a very, very strong support. So I think I'll leave it. I will leave it actually. So let's just get rid of all these lines so I don't come back to it and make a silly mistake. Gold still going nicely. So it's been actually an hour and a half now. So if you are still around, thank you very much. I hope this does help. We'll continue this video until I close my trades. Excuse me. Until I close the trades, and then you know, we'll see. So, okay, so sorry, we just had this close of the candle, so maybe we can see a retest of gold into that zone. If not, if there's a lot of strength, we'll probably just see it push further higher. But usually it does come retest into the zone and then continue in the direction. So I mean, we'll see what happens. We've still got a fair way to go. You know, this could be a very, very nice. Let's see how many pips this actually is. We can get rid of that now as well. So that is going to be a 9. So the good 90, almost 100 pip move that we can take from gold. So see here, it's retesting. Let's hope it doesn't take us out. So we've got 14 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. Hourly candle, you know, we've got a long way to go. So if this pushes further higher, it could be a really, really nice trade. So, you know, it targets about $100. because if we take both, take profits, so around about $100. So let's have a look. What percentage? And you know, so it could be a good 5%. If you get $100 for this day, it could be a good 5% for the day, and that's great. You know, trading 5% a day is not not too bad. Obviously, guys, 5% is not going to happen every time. Don't expect that every time. You see, we have this retest now, so let's have a look here. So remember what we were talking about? So we could see this retest, and also that candle I was talking about, the red candle to the downside, and then it closes, and then it keeps moving up further to the upside. So we'll see. We can see it has caused a little bit of a bit of a hiccup here. So, but obviously it's the 5-minute time frame, so I'm not too fussed about it. 15-minute. Here we go. There's a retest. So just looking at Bloomberg, breaking news, something from NASA. I'm not sure if you guys have been following this, but it looks like a bunch of guys parachuting back down. So I assume there was a launch test or something. SpaceX capsule lands in Atlantic Ocean. There you go. So that was it. Just if you guys wanted to know about that. Cool. So there's that retest. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we see a move to the upside. If it comes deep into this, I'll be really skeptical if it comes into here, and we might have to close it out and end up being negative for the day, but that's fine. It's fine. Let's see what the euro yen is doing. See, so completely retraced. So yeah, so it's the good thing we closed this trade, because it completely just would have taken us out, and it would have been pretty nasty right now. So good thing we took it out. But gold's still going well. See, it did that retest, and now hopefully when this candle closes, we could see a move to the upside, or even it'll just maybe continue with this candle to the top side. So let's see what happens. I'm curious as to see why it's stalling right over here. So let's just have a look. Okay, so we've got this section over here. This is the reason. There you go. So that's the reason why it's sort of struggling. I would say once it breaks past that zone, you know, we're pretty clear, because you can see it's caused a bit of a mishap in previous history where they'd had that deep retest with that wick, 4-hourly candle wick to the downside. So let's see what happens. So see, guys, two trades: euro yen, euro yen, and euro Japanese yen and gold. Two trades, and looking good so far. So that's really all you need when you trade, guys. Nothing. You don't need to place 1,000 trades. Just keep it simple. Simple and easy. I mean, if your style is placing 1,000 trades, by all means, go for it. If it makes you money, that's great. If you're confident in it, that's fine. But for me, I mean, I like to keep things simple. Obviously, if you want to leverage it up, you know, put in the big lots, get the big bucks, you know, go for it. but for me, I like it. I like this. This is nice. This is relaxed. Nothing too serious. You know, not gonna go cry at home if I lose 2%. So actually, we risked 4%, so I'm not gonna go cry when I risk 4%. So it's alright. Nice. So it's created that as a support now. Hopefully we can see it push up higher on the 5 minutes. So 5 minute again, not really relevant. I just like to look at it because it gives me that little bit of comfort. But I won't do my full analysis on this. So I'm not going to take a trade because I see support on the 5 minutes. Yeah. But you can see it's making that pattern we were talking about earlier, and the vice versa. Move to the upside, little red candle, and then hopefully it breaks past it. Even on the 5 minute, these things work. But the higher time frames are still stronger. So 15 minute, the candle has turned green, so I'm happy about that, to see that. And let's hopefully it pushes to the upside now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if anyone's missing me. So every time you guys see the blank screen, it's just me hovering over my my icons, trying to, you know, I'm looking for that thing, and you know, it just shows you know, my stuff on my screen. I'm not really too fond of people, other people seeing that. So I'm just black. I'll just let the team black it out, and then you know, we can continue on. It's quite shocking actually, these results, aren't they? Do that. So now you guys can see, now that we're happy with the trades and everything, we can have a look here. I don't know how much this influenced the market. Apparently it does quite a bit. So building permits. Don't know. There you go, and we have liftoff. 5 minutes left of this candle, so let's see. Hopefully it doesn't retrace. I won't be very happy if it retraces after this candle. If this candle is a bullish candle, I won't be too happy if it does pull back to that same level. You know, we'll see what happens. I mean, if we end up closing it early because of that, that's fine too. You know, you want to protect your capital, so we'll see what happens. Let's pull this in a bit. Pull our stop losses in just a little bit. Obviously, to maintain risk, you know, if it does end up ricochet, I don't know what you call it, whiplash, whipshaw, I don't know what you call it. If it just crashes back down again, you know, we don't want to lose more money. But it's going good so far. I like the way it looks. We'll see how it goes. So there is a bit of a battle here. We can see 5 minute time frame. Let's have a look at this. Bit of a battle here. We might see it retest into here and then push back up again. So now we can just sort of play around, and ooh, that's ugly. We can sort of just play around with the market now, you know, sort of just watch it. See guys, it's not magic, it's just, you know, you need to learn, watch the market, watch how it moves, study how it moves. It's just, that's how it is. You have to do your homework. You have to put a lot of effort into it. You can't have YouTube playing on one side, Facebook going. You know, you have to be when you're doing this, you have to concentrate on it, be relaxed, and just, you know, do your thing. So 15 minutes. Looks like this candle is coming back down again to red. It is struggling to break the zone. Looks like it's struggling. Hopefully, you know, we can close just above it and see it push up higher. So there's a big one coming, because this this one is a close. In this 2.5 minutes, we got a close of an hourly candle. Yes, I mean, close of a 5-minute candle, close of a 15-minute candle, close of a 30-minute candle, and close of an hourly candle. So it's it can be a significant move we see next. We'll see what happens. If it, you know, if it stores here, I might just close. After that, you know, if I don't see any progress, because that means the support is very strong. But we have not really had. Usually 3 o'clock is when the market starts to, you know, give its last push, which is in 3 minutes, and then, you know, after that, market starts to slow down again. So that's usually for me what I've noticed in the NFP. By 4 o'clock, I'm done, which is 4 a.m. You know, and you know, that's it. Then you go home and relax, or, you know, if you're already home, you know, relax. So we might actually, we probably will see it retest on the 30-minute candle, come down here again. Won't be too nice, and then, you know, come back up again. But if I see it go past this and I see it's very strong, you know, I probably won't. It's pushing higher, so it might be not as likely that it retests this zone. If it does close fairly high above this this area over here, let's just get rid of this one now. Yeah, so if it closes quite high above this, I would say, you know, around about here, it could probably come to retest this zone and then continue further higher. If it closes around about here, we could see a retest of this zone and push higher. We'll see what happens. We can get rid of this now, because now we know the market is not going down. Hopefully. Mic battery is still going strong, so that's good to see. "13 seconds. 13 seconds, and it will then be 3 o'clock. There we go. Candle closed. Looks like it might push up. Probably retest, actually. Let's see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I won't be happy once it breaks past the zone, if I see a strength come past the zone. So I want to see it, if it does retest, I want to see it struggle to this area and then push higher. But I don't want to see it rip back down to that zone, because that just shows a lot of strength, and people will react quite violently to that. So we'll see what happens. So that's our target up there. See, no traffic. So all we can do now, sit back, relax, and wait for this move to finish. I'll keep this account as well for future. So I will save it on my MT4 here. You know, maybe I'll do some more videos in the future, depending on how well you guys react to this video, if you guys do like it. I know we're trying to get a good following on YouTube, because a lot of our clients do say they really like the videos we produce. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this. This is especially for our newer traders, newer clients here at Black Bull Markets. Even if you're not trading with us, hopefully this helps you sort of just understand how it is. If you have any questions, really feel free to contact either me or Anish if you want us to discuss the specific way how I did this. If you want me to explain things in here, do feel free to contact me. My my email will be right somewhere. I don't know what side of the screen, but it will be close to my picture. It is p.vandenberg@blackbullmarkets.com, and you can send me an email there if you want. If you want to contact Black Bull Markets in general, you can send us an email at support. Also will pop up support@blackbullmarkets.com. If you want to go on live chat, you can do so during the week time, obviously. You can go on blackbullmarkets.com, click the little green button that says live chat, and give us there. Also, guys, while we're busy with this trade going, hopefully it pushes. We do click that like button if you did enjoy this video. Leave us a comment down below. Give us your opinion on this, whether you liked it or not, whether you think I should have used higher lot sizes. If you've got any advice, let us know. If you have your opinion on these trades, if you would have done something different, any opinion you want to say, please let us know down below in the comments. Feel free to. We'd be more than happy to reach out to you and discuss it. Like I said, give us a follow also on that Twitter account at Black Bull Forex is our Twitter tag. You can follow us on Instagram as well. I'll just pull it out here, the Instagram, so I can show you guys what the Instagram is. I'm actually not too sure what our Instagram tag is. Quite shocking, but I'll put it here on the screen, so it's on the screen if you guys want to know it. Instagram. We're trying to be as modern as possible. So, so there we go. So Instagram is blackbull_markets. It is on the screen, so I'm not sure if you can see it here. Blackbull_. There we go. We post a whole bunch of content on there. Don't know if you can see it. Lots of videos. Of us discussing the market. Just under a minute, these videos that we all have. It's quick updates usually if we see big moves or big announcements are about to come out. We do post them. So give us a follow there. Blackbull_markets is the Twitter tag. We do also have cool little videos come out, so you can see. This is usually from my colleague Anish, who posts these alerts if something happened in the market. Where are we at? There we go. So this is this is Anish creating a video. So this video is already on YouTube. Have a look. I believe it should be under Anish's trading screen, I think. And then we also have another alert that Anish did post, and that's it. Yeah, so a lot of good information. Trying to keep it fun, short and sweet, to the point. So we can see gold's pushing up now. So it is taking its time. But it is moving, so I'm happy. Very, very happy. So hopefully this does keep going. But there's nothing more now that we can do except for wait, so let's see what the outcome is. It is slowing down, so hopefully it's a calm before the storm, before it does push up, so let's see what happens. There we go. So what I'm actually doing here, I'm actually having a look. So this is the black. This is just the MetaTrader on the phone. So usually I keep an eye on this as well. It just gives me an idea of what's gold is doing. So I got the nice little, the Black Bull colors. I'll zoom in on these candles so you can see Black Bull colors there. Just to keep an eye out on the trade, you can see your profits on there. So it's great. Great little fun thing to play with. Obviously, I don't recommend trading on your mobile device. It's harder to do your risk management. But if you're good at it, why not? So There it goes. Pushing, pushing, pushing. So I think it's going to retest the zone soonish if it does start to slow down. But we'll pull this in, manage our risk. You know, once it reaches about halfway, I will pull it in to go. So I do lock in profits, just in case it does for some unknown reason rip down, and you know, just to protect our balance. So once it reaches about $50, I'll pull in this. Okay, so here we can see on the 5 minutes. So we can actually use this this area over here to use it as a support, because the market can still pull down all the way to here. So I'll just lock it in here. So only about $12, but that's good. So if it does close out on $12, we'll still get that. You know, get that positive. So we'll pull it a bit in because there is commission still. So we have about 60 cents commission. So I'll just pull it up to here. So that does give us that. If we do get closed out, we will get closed out positively. So obviously that that trade did unfortunately took us out negative on that one. So it did cause us to go on a bit of a drawdown, but nothing major because the gold is still moving nicely. Still kind of curious. Let's have a look what happened to that. It might have actually been, yeah, so it's continued dropping, but you can see it's struggling. So I wonder actually what this US dollar CAD is doing. Yeah, I mean, the US dollar CAD has just destroyed people probably right now. If anyone's trading the US dollar CAD, not good. Not good at all. So yeah, like I said previously before, if it comes into this consolidation zone, I don't want to touch it. And obviously because we had announcements on the USD and the CAD coming out, so you know it's a dangerous pair to play. Looks like it is starting to retrace a bit here on the gold again. So let's have a look and see what's happening. Nothing major. Nice big candle. I like it. If at the most, you know, we might look at closing profits right about here. At the least, sorry, we'll look at probably closing here just to be safe. We can look previous history. Yeah, so I mean, there's nothing really stopping it. We might see a bit of a struggle to the upside, but it's still moving. Okay, there we go. There's the retracement we were waiting for. Seconds, so you can see this retracement's coming, so we'll see what happens. This is a 5-minute candle, and then another 5 minutes for the 15 to close in 20 minutes. So we have quite some time before this candle closes, so a lot of movement can happen in this candle, so be wary. Hopefully it doesn't rip down and close us out and we lose a lot of this profit, so hope that doesn't happen, but it is looking good. Here we go. Maybe I'll just add this to the Instagram page. Could be cool. Blackwell Markets Instagram. I don't really want to add it to the live feed because that. Let's have a look. Yeah, maybe not. We'll see. We'll wait for this to to close. So now we can see it is coming back into the zone of this wick before. 15-minute will probably give us a nice story. Not really. 5-minute maybe. Yeah, so see it is sort of, I mean, there's nothing major here. It is retesting again another smaller resistance slash support area, so we could maybe see it hit there and then continue further higher. But yeah, not too fussed about it. $2 for this 5-minute candle to close. See, the one thing I'm not liking about this is it looks like a strong candle on the 5-minute time frame to the downside. To the downside. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it is. Just false hope to the downside. Hopefully it continues to the upside, so we'll see what happens. See, so it's quite interesting to watch all these things, and it's good to just sort of study the market and see what happens, even if you're not trading, just to watch it and learn, learn how it moves during these high volatility times, these big news events. So yeah, we'll see. It is taking its time, isn't it? Usually it moves a lot nicer than this, doesn't it? Quick moves and then it's over and done with, but it's taking its sweet time. And this retested into this, didn't use it, so it did break to the upside, nothing major. Coming down quite a bit, isn't it? Let's have a look. Back to gold. What are you doing? See, I'm not really liking this because it is a lot of strength. But it's, the candles on the 15-minute and the 30-minute are still very bullish. So let's see. That looks cool. Nice support resistance created there, and then and then turn to support. So we'll see what happens. 35 seconds left. There it is, a close. Now, I closed below that, so it's a little bit uneasy. Struggling to the top side. Let's see what happens. So I mean, there's nothing we can do now other than just watch it. So I'm not going to touch my stop loss until it further moves up higher. Maybe I'll change it. But I mean, now really there's nothing we can do but sit and wait for this to play out. So I might as well have a look around just out of curiosity to see what everything did. We all know the Euro-US dollar had that pummeling after Mario Draghi was speaking and the ECB announcements and everything. So looks like it is starting to recover. Usually does after these news events. The market does recover. We could maybe see a move to this support area over here. And then let's have a look at the Euro GBP, which also took a beating. Yeah, nothing much. We had a double bottom. Well, also the Aussie CAD, we were looking at that. We actually posted that on our Trading View account. So yes, we do have a Trading View account if you want to give us a follow. It's just Black Bull Markets on Trading View. It is pulling back, and I'm not liking this. It's okay. So it didn't quite make it to this area we were looking at, but that's fine. It did tap into the previous zones, so we can see we had this here. So it did come quite close to that. It's tracing deeply now. What is going on? Let's have a look. So now we have got the second one over here. So this actually might be like a little mini consolidation zone between these two. So still that one take profit open for further potential. And by 4 o'clock, if this is not yet done, 4 a.m. my time, so in about long time now, 45 minutes. No, I'm sorry, 55 minutes. If it, I'll close the trade and then I'll be done for it. So again, that time limit you set yourself. That's it. Finish it up and leave it be, and spend your time where you have to be. So there we go. Looks like it did a retest. Hopefully it keeps pushing up. This is what we call a wick fill over here. Let's see. So strength to the upside made a big wick to the top, and it will fill it. So usually you can see it does that a lot of the time. So wick to the upside filled, wick to the upside filled. It is, however, slowing down. So I mean, this could be a bit of bad news for us. Hopefully this strength still continues on, and this wick does get filled, and we can continue up with our move to the top. So let's see. What to look at? Wonder what's oil doing? Probably not much. Yeah, came back to just broke past this. So it looks like we had a bit of a flat bottom triangle. WTI. No. Consolidation zone. Yes, does look like it. There we go. So we can see we had that bit of a false breakout area. There we go. Gold push up. Consolidation zone, false breakout, keep retesting. So this could have been a buy to the top side. And now what do we see here? Very interesting right over here. That does look like the fake out we were talking about before. So here, and you can see we had the consolidation zone, broke out, came back in, retested that zone, retested it again, and then boom, back down. Look at that great, beautiful move. And then you could have, let's see if we could have had a previous history, we could have placed this line. What is this? So I mean, this is very nice. You could see there was a bit of this sideways consolidation here. Just this little section right over here. See here. So this was a good take profit target for us, or even once you saw this, because we sort of have a little false fake out here as well. So that could have been, close of that candle could have been a bit of a notification to let us know, hey, move is about to turn around. So, but yeah, this was a good play. Look at that fake out, retest the zone, so you could have entered again and catch that move to the downside. Very nice, very nice. Gold is playing nicely again. There we go. So just got a notification here from one of my friends, the GBP CAD wick fill. There it is, yeah, wick fill. Strength to the downside. We could possibly see this move further lower. So you can see strength did a retest of this zone, of this base over here, and now we could possibly see a move further down. But no trades taken because we're done for the day. We are just managing this trade and letting it play out and see what happens. It's climbing, clawing its way back up again, and that's what we like to see. Now, I mean, if you wanted, you could have actually placed a trade right over here when it retested this zone, which was this area over here, and then taken to the top side to fill that wick. So see, retested this area, and then played it for take profit there for a wick fill. But I'm not going to play it. I've already missed it, so we'll leave it. I mean, then if we make this 5%, $100 a day, it's not too bad. You know, $100 a day can be quite a lot for especially if you're a student. This is great. You know, if you have $2,000, you know, you can, if you study the market, invest that money. You know, make the money work for you. So yeah, and who knows? Maybe you make so much money out of trading you don't want to study anymore. But yeah. But you always have to keep, it's the same, you know, if you're going to study to be a doctor, you're going to spend a lot of time. It's the same with the trading. If you're going to be a professional trader, you're going to have to spend a lot of time with it. So, yeah. Mic's still going, strong, batteries still good. So it looks like it didn't even end up needing these batteries. Well, we'll see. Usually the mic has got a little red light that goes off when the power goes, when the battery goes low, but looks like it's going good. So we've got about, well, I've got about half an hour left before this session ends. I'll close the trade, and you know, if after half an hour, and that'll be me for done and dusted. So it is now 3:24 a.m. in the morning, so pretty tired. Let's have a look at that GBP CAD that we were talking about before. Still pushing. So guys, hopefully this video does help you. The purpose of this video, like I said in the start, was just to sort of show you, you know, how to react with these big news events. You know, what do I look at? You know, I make a lot of videos on how I analyze the market. You know, and it's always looks always nice and everything. But now I actually want to show you how I actually put this in action. How you can put this in action for your trading. So yeah, so hopefully this video is helpful. You know, if you guys have followed my videos from beginning to end, you would have probably learned a lot by now. and you wouldn't be completely lost on this trading. If you're new, if you've never seen any of my videos, you can watch my videos to learn yourself, to teach and sort of understand what we are talking about here. If not, feel free to contact me. Like I said before, contact details will be provided. But yeah, now it's always good to see. You know, a lot of people always have an analysis of the markets, you know, and always talk about how to analyze the market. But a lot of people want to see, you know, it being put to action, and you know what it actually looks like when you trade and what it should be looking like. So sorry, we've got 3 minutes for this candle to close, and after the next half an hour candle closes, that'll be me. So this could actually be a consolidation zone right over here. In 30-minute time frame. So if it closes on this wick over here, this wick right here can cause this area to be a bit of a support zone. It's a fairly big zone. I think it's probably about 20 pips, or not even 10 pips. So not too big, but 10 pips can make a big difference. So hopefully this closes above that zone and continues to move up. You can see it is starting to lose strength. We will see what happens, starting to lose strength. So I'm feeling a bit skeptical about this now, how it's pulling down. So you know, you usually see a nice big move and it keeps pushing and pushing. But we do have these conflicting zones, you know, in history. So I was expecting, to be honest, I was expecting this push over here to be fluid. Yeah. So I mean, but you know, markets don't always do what you wanted them to do. So we'll see. You know, let's see. Have a look here. So where is price at right now? We'll just pull this down a bit so you can see a bit better the chart. There we go. So you can still see these trades running. Okay. So where are we stalling on? There we go. Okay, so yeah, so very long ago, so this is what I say, always look back in history. Very long ago, we can see we've got this zone over here. So that base of the candle, you can see it offered us a bit of a consolidation zone. And I mean, this was back in January, start of this year, so start of this year, January, 2 months ago, and it's still influencing the market today. So this is a, you know, it's a bit of a problem. So see, that's where it was. It did break past it. So I mean, this hopefully it keeps going. We'll see what happens. See, so I'm not liking this at all. We'll see what happens. You know, you kind of do want this push to be nice and strong. This is Forex Factory. There it is. I don't know why I keep looking at it. I'm just curious. So. Okay, so we've got it closed. We did come back into that zone, so hopefully, you know, hopefully it continues up. Yeah, if it comes back down to here, I'm not going to be happy. You know, so it could come back down to here, but once it reaches here, no, I'm not going to be happy. So, in saying that, if I'm not going to be happy with that, I will pull in my stop losses just below that zone, so we don't, you know, so we lock in a bit more profit. So that's $20 locked in. We are happy with $20 locked in. You know, it's still right because we ended the day positive. So it looks like it's climbing now. Hopefully we can see that final push to the upside for this last 30-minute candle. There's the countdown up there. So, you know, 30 minutes left, and then that's me for this trading session. And hopefully we, hopefully it pushes up. If not, that's fine. Close the day out positively, and hopefully, you know, next week will hopefully is a nice week of trading. You know, no big events. I think let's just have a look again here at this Forex calendar. So we can just have a look here. So now we moved on our stop loss. So let's have a look for next week and see if there's anything coming up. So next week, so I'll go all the way to Saturday and apply. Okay, so Sunday, Monday, you know, couple of the USD core retail sales good. So there's another announcement to come out, which is good. So it's a busy week next week, looks like it. So that's Monday, Tuesday, a pound GBP. I'm not sure what this is actually. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big fundamental guy, so if someone, Anish probably knows what this is. Manufacturing products. I don't know what MM stands for. I'm not sure. That's okay. So it looks like it's going to be a good week of trading next week, hopefully. Lots of news, lots of things that influence the market through the week. So no silence before, no calm before the big storm of a Friday. So it's good. Also, guys, so yeah, there we go, daylight savings. So time shift. So make sure on a Monday you're not late, not late for anything, or you don't show up early for anything. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Daylight savings coming up. Okay, so there we see a pullback. I really wanted to push up. It is slowing down, so this does seem like it is causing that consolidation. That horrible history we've had back in the past is now still affecting us. It sucks. Let's get rid of this though, so we'll keep this and keep this. Clear that. Yeah, so I mean it's pulling down. I mean that's okay. If it pulls down into it, you know, we'll be fine. So was this actually that that thing? Okay, well, okay, so we know it's this line that we're looking at. So let's just move back. So yeah, so I mean it's consolidating in the zone. Finding out how the market works. So like I said, that's good to always look to your left. Obviously it's a long time ago, especially for the 30-minute time frame. Let's push it on. We got colleagues are leaving. Everyone's going to go enjoy the weekend now. So I hope you guys also enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you guys, if you guys have traded NFP before, hopefully that helped you out. Okay, so here we go. So now we can see what actually happened here. Yeah, it is struggling. So we can see, come on, back here. Here we are. So consolidation zone. And this was June last year in, man. So I see June, May last year, you know. And it still affects us to this day. So it's okay. Usually I was really expecting a move to the upside, I'm not going to lie. Well, a really strong move. But it's okay, you know, like I said, we lock this in if it does come down. Would have been happy with a big move, but we'll see. So we've got 24 minutes left of this. Hopefully this candle does push and, you know, we can get that done. You know, if it pushes early and closes out, we're done as well. But it looks like we're going to have to be sitting this whole trading session. So if you guys are still with us here, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is great. So if you did watch the whole video, thank you for your dedication, you know. And it's great to have you here. But it's really bothering me now. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to close it yet. So we'll bite onto it and see what happens. It's pulling back down. So 30-minute candle turning red. So like I said, it can push down into the zone of this candle and then continue to fill that wick. So let's see what happens. Let's get rid of this though. So you can see spreads are starting to widen now again. People are leaving, people are done. Volume's probably going down as well, so let's have a look. Yeah, so you can see volumes dropped a fair bit. So there was that spike, people reacting to the NFP. You can see it gradually built up here, and then it spiked. And then volume started dropping down. You can see here as it affects the market. So low, very, very low volume. Spread widens. So we'll see. And obviously, guys, I don't like to keep trades open over the weekend because you get charged swap over the weekends, and you're not making any profits. And there's always that chance of Monday morning the market could gap and cause slippage. So just be careful of that. Whether you trade with us or any other broker, slippage can happen to you. It's not a thing that the brokers can unfortunately control. Wish we could. That'd be great if we could control slippage, but unfortunately, it is just how it works. Unfortunately, that's just the price us traders have to pay. So that's the reason why I don't like to keep trades open over the weekend, because Monday can be a bit of a bit of an issue. So yeah, but we'll see how this goes. So this is taking its sweet time now. 22 minutes, so we've been 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes into this, and it's not really done much. Usually a wick fill will react quickly and fill that wick by now, but it's still creeping, very indecisive. We'll see what happens. Now the one thing is, when this video is done, if you're still watching, you can go home. Well, you can turn the computer off and done. But for me, now I have to render this video after this, so I got to sit around and wait a bit for this video to be rendered. So that's okay. But if this pays off, if you guys enjoy this, guys and girls, if you enjoy this, let us know, and I'll be more than happy to do this, once a month, go through the NFP. Obviously we can't do it live, so but we will. If you really do enjoy it, and let us know, can you please continue doing this? I can do this again. And always you can learn from it, so you can see how it reacts. Maybe next NFP will be give a bit of volume spike. Next NFP is also the start of a new quarter, so we can see maybe something changes there. We'll see what happens. It's midway through the year, then next quarter we'll be reaching into June, so seasons change, and usually the first quarter people can still be on holiday, so we'll see what happens. So this is so I mean, like I said, we'll see. Maybe the next NFP can give us some better results. Let's see. Pulling down now. So like I said, it's retesting that. If it breaks past, I'm not going to be happy. So you can see it's consolidating in the zone. Not very nice. So hopefully it doesn't. There we go. Took us out. So that's us, guys. That is it. Trade is done. Done for the day. Took us out. That's fine. Going to pull back. Probably going to come all the way back down again. So that's us for the day. I hope you guys did enjoy it. So like I said, guys, the trade, everything's finished now. Nothing more to do but go home to your family, or whatever you're doing. Just see people in the group reacting. Yeah, trades are done. Yeah, so everything's done and dusted. Everyone in the group says now they can see it's retracing. So yeah, nothing, everything's done, guys. So yeah, like I said, if you did enjoy this video, let me take this out since I don't want to listen to the music anymore. Trading's done. If you did enjoy this video, like I said, thank you very much for watching. It's been a very long video. You can see it pulling back down again, so good thing we're out. We maybe see a retest, and there could be an option to pull it back up again, so we'll see. But I'm done. If you were looking to sort of play these sort of moves in the future, yeah, go ahead. But like I said, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been a long video, so give us that thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Like I said, leave your thoughts below in the comments down below. We would appreciate it. Your feedback, any feedback would be great. Want to get in contact with us, please do so. You can, obviously it's weekend now, so you can't contact us via live chat. Well, you can. We will always get your messages on live chat and we'll respond to you coming into the next week. And then if you want, you can email us as well. Like I said, email me if you want to learn more about how I trade. Obviously, we can't give advice, but I'll be more than happy to explain. I'll be more than happy to explain to you, sort of what was going on here today. So I'll keep this account. If you guys want me to do more videos on this, I will keep it. So we'll sort of keep track of this account and see how it grows. So let me know if you do want to see this account develop. So obviously this is a test demo. This is a test demo account. So so we'll keep that in mind. Yeah. So like I said, thumbs up on the video if you did enjoy it. Click that subscribe button, followed by the bell icon to get notifications of whenever we release new videos. And then, like I said, contact us via email over the weekend at support@blackbullmarkets.com. Flick us the email and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video did help you out a lot. Like I said, if you did enjoy it, let me know and we can make more videos like this. Enjoy your weekend from everyone here at Black Bull Markets. Safe trading.